to really see that ascension that Conor got, you got to fight in a particular sort of way. You know, of course, mixed martial arts is still growing. It's still, the world doesn't exactly understand the intricate details of what we're doing. You take a guy down and you're working for submissions, the world doesn't necessarily understand that. The world still understands two men standing slugging it out. They understand that. You have a problem, this is how we do it. And so Conor was that guy, to where Conor didn't necessarily want to be grappling and doing all that. He knew how to grapple, but he didn't necessarily want to be there. He wanted to throw fisticuffs and get you out of there. And that's what I think was.
What are the chances he makes a comeback? You see how massive he is.
I was just gonna say that Kamaru, you know, he lost in 2021. He fractured his leg. Everybody saw. I couldn't even watch it. And I mean, if you can't deny it, if you see before and after. Right now, he's thicker, like Adam said. His facial structure is changing. I mean, I get it. When you're that rich and you get the top-notch, you know, recovery and all that stuff, but is there any hormone or growth or something? Because I know you have to be taking stuff to heal that bone, and he healed pretty fast. Do you think that there's anything?
I don't want to. The thing is, I don't want to speculate, but I mean, you know, when you pull, it's kind of difficult when you pull yourself out of the testing pool and then. You know, now I'm going to make a comeback and you got to jump back in. You know, it raises a lot of eyebrows, but I don't want to speculate on what he's doing or not. But I do think if he does, which he will fight, I think it seems like he's going to fight again. If he does fight, I think it's going to be big news. Everyone's going to watch it because he's just that big of a star. He's gotten himself to that point.
Do you think he goes with an easy W or a challenging guy?
That's the thing with mixed martial arts. There's no such thing as an easy W. This is literally the sport where anything can happen at any time. There's no such thing as an easy fight. You can think this is an easy fight, but even the guy on the street has a puncher's chance. He connects at the right time. Guess what? You're waking up asking what happened.
Yeah.
So there's no such thing as an easy fight. For Conor, I just don't think. I do think he makes a comeback. He wins some. He might win fights here and there, you know, but I just don't see him becoming a champion again because it's a different mindset to be there, and it's very, very tough to plug in to that.
And was he supposed to fight? Him and Chandler were building up, weren't they? Kamaru?
Yeah, and that's why, though. Is it because the power of broke, when you're hungry coming up, you're salivating in getting your shot, and then when you make a few $100 million, the fire to want to get up early, train, the distractions, I got to go do a photo shoot, I got to go have dinner with this guy, I got to go do this. Celebrities are calling you to get away, and at the beginning, no celebrity is calling you. You're just kind of like, you have plenty of time to train.
Yeah, it's all of that. It's a combination of all of that. And what it boils down to is the commitment that it takes. When you're on the way up, there's only one direction you're looking. And that's just where I want to get to. If your goal is I want to make $1 million, and that's all you're focused on. And in order for me to get there, I need that belt. I need that belt. I need that belt. That's all you think about. That's all you focus about. So subconsciously, it just becomes your whole, that's what you're fixated on. That's where you're going. That's where you're going. And you could have bumps in the road, things that kind of, you know, slow you down, but you're looking one way. The whole time you're plugged in. You know, the light might dim here and there, but you're plugged in the whole time and you're getting up there. But when you get there, now different things that you didn't expect, responsibilities are there. Because all on the ride up, all you have is time to train. No one's calling you. No one's, you know, you don't have to go to New York and promote this fight or do this and that. And you're there for 2-3 days, which is 2-3 days out of training. So all you're doing is you're doing all these things and you don't realize you are truly separating yourself from the pack because you're so plugged in with what you're doing. But then once you get there, those 2-3 days were 2-3 days that when you put in, you know, and your mind knows in the back of your head, I put those extra 2-3 days in. These guys can't touch me. I'm better than everybody. It subconsciously creates that identity. And so when you don't have that, or you're pulled this way and that way and this way and that way, the world is catching up because there's guys that are looking up to that position and they're coming up. They're still moving. But now your progression is not as fast as it was. It's slowly starting to dim down. So they're starting to catch up a little bit. But then, boom, something happens. And when you're up there, the only way to go is down. You go down a bit. And now having to plug back in, that's the conflict. Because now you know what it took to get there. You know the level of commitment that was. You knew that you were getting up at 6 a.m., running extra when you didn't really need to and you didn't have to. But you just, on the ride up, you were just like, yeah, this might help me. I'm going to do it because it might help me. But now you just woke up in silk sheets. You're like, you know what? I'm good. I'm just going to go to the 10 a.m. training. That's good. I don't need to run at 6 a.m. I'll go to 10 a.m. training. So when you're doing all that, you know, everyone's starting to catch up. Now it makes it difficult. Like, do I plug back in? Can I plug back in? So that decision to plug back in, to be able to get back up there, that's very difficult to do when you don't have those, you know, you're not hungry. You know, you had steak last night. You know, then what do I want to eat tomorrow? I can eat anything I want.
Right.
Or when you didn't have it, it's like, I would love steak and surf and turf.
Yeah, you're eating ramen noodles at that point. You're hungry.
It's like, so the decision to be able to plug back in, I think it's going to be, I think he's bad. I know he's battling with. Damn. Like, how do I become that guy again?
How important is age? Because you guys are pretty similar age. I think he's 1 year younger than you. You're 36, he's 35.
Yeah.
How much does age? I mean, we've seen Tom Brady playing until he's 45. We see 40s. LeBron's about to be 40. The 40 number isn't as big of a deal as it was a couple generations ago, or even last generation. You're 35, he's 36. How much does age play a factor in that comeback, so to speak?
Oh, it definitely plays a factor. I mean, we're not Tom Brady. We don't have 350-pound guys protecting us, and we're just throwing a ball. You know, not to say that that's not hard. That's extremely difficult. And I mean, what Tom Brady's done, his IQ, being able to break down defenses, and you know, he's a GOAT in his sport. But we are literally breaking our bodies all day, every day. And you know, yes, the world only gets to see us for that 25 minutes while we're up there, but they don't see the 5 months that we put in to get there. That's even more difficult. That 25 minutes is just the fun part. You know, that's the fun part that you guys just get to see. That's not what kills us. That's not what breaks our bodies. It's the months and months and weeks of practice that we're putting in twice a day. Some guys are getting in 3 a days. You're lifting, you're grappling, and you're sparring, and you're doing this. So it's all of that. At the end of the day, the one thing that doesn't change is evolution. It's not just evolution, it's time. As a human being, this is what has been created. Is you're born, you age, and then your body deteriorates and you pass. That's gonna happen. That hasn't stopped. That's not gonna stop until unless someone creates a magical pill that just stops all of that. But yeah, age plays a factor.
Yeah. You know, what Rogan said about your body was wild. I'm sure you heard what he had to say. Famously, he's like, dude, this guy's an absolute savage. He's a beast, but his knees are all messed up. He has to walk on the grass, not the sidewalk. Sometimes you have to walk downstairs backwards, is what all Rogan said. But he goes, it's all about his mindset. Physically, he's messed up, but mentally, he's top notch. How does that all work?
Yeah, I mean, I did that for years. It was funny. I was like, man, I've been doing this for years. I was walking down backwards to where I can close my eyes in the middle of the night, dark, and just walk downstairs backwards without grabbing the railing.
Like moonwalking, Michael Jackson out here.
I got so good at it.
Because of the pain?
It was, initially was, because I was just like, you know what, let me try this. Because I had a microfracture surgery in 2015, and that's because I had no cartilage in that knee, and it was just, they were bone on bone, and it just created so much arthritis, and it was just so painful just walking. And I always felt like there was just loose bodies and things in there. And so I was like, let me try going down backwards one day. And I went, and it just kind of relieved the pain of, you know, coming down. I'm like, let me start trying that. So I just started doing that everywhere, and it just became part of my day.
Just walking back.
I'm just backwards, coming downstairs backwards. But I think last year I started coming back. I started walking normally again because I realized that what it did over time, because when you come down the stairs a certain way or go up the stairs a certain way, it does build muscle in a certain way. It builds your legs in a certain
cornerback training, going back.
Yeah.
Safety.
It builds a different type of conditioning. And I was just like, wait, I've been doing this for years now. Maybe that didn't, wasn't the greatest thing for me. And so now, but the pain level is not where it used to be anymore. I've done a couple of stem cells and it's helped quite a bit.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.